Hello everyone, SQL development course. We are at day 7, and today we are going to learn about the last two constraints. Those are default constraint as well as the check constraint. In our previous sessions, we have learned about primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, not null constraint, and unique constraint. So those two were left. So let's dive into the SSMS and we will learn about default and check constraints today. So we have our database called employee. So first, let me tell you what is the uh, first we'll learn about the default constraint. So what is default constraint? So default if we put any default constraint in any of the column, so that default value will be inserted like by default if you are not giving any value. For example, uh, if you are creating an employee table with the name, with the column employee ID, employee name, and joining date, and if someone forgets to put the date while inserting the row into that table, so that particular date, get date will be inserted if you put the value as default. So we will see this as an example. So for that, we will again create a table, create table employees, employee ID, primary key, employee name, worker. And now I will add one more column here, that is joining date. Okay. So joining date, we will take data type as date. We have seen in our initial sessions that we have a date data type as well. So now what I will put the constraint name. So I will write default. This is the constraint name. And what will be the default value? I will take this get date function. This is a SQL function. This will basically give you the current date. So if you run this select get date, you will get the current date, right? See, so this is what we have set is as default. Okay, and now I will just create this table, right? The table is created. At present, we don't have any records here, right? This is just a table which we have created. Okay, now what I will do, I will insert some value here, insert into employees, okay, values, and in the employee ID, I'll put 1, and here I'll put John, and third is joining date. Okay, so I'm not putting any joining date here. Let's see what happens. Uh, employee ID, primary key, employee name, joining date. Okay, insert into employees value 1, John. Okay, let me put other way. So here I will say EMPID, comma EMP name. Okay, now this should work, right? So here, why it was not working? Because we have not supplied the name of the columns, and we tried to insert like only two columns, but actually as per definition we have three columns. But even we if we have three columns, if we give it by this way, we can insert only like two values, and the third one, which is the date column, where we have not given any value, this will come by default, right? So we have executed this command, and if I see this one, this is the current date, current joining date is automatically popped up, right? So by default it is taking the current date. We can also force it to take the other value of the date. For example, if I will keep here Peter and here too, here I can give the date whatever I want. So I will give July 7th. Okay, let's see if this works. If not, then we have to give this. Oh, sorry. Okay, so now you can see both works, right? So if you can give the value whatever you want, but if you are not giving the value to that column, it will get the default date. So you can give the default constraint anywhere where you want the predefined value in that particular column if someone forgets to enter the value of that particular column. So this was the example of default constraint. Now we will move with the check constraint. So let me first drop that table. Okay. 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 So what is check constraint? So check constraint, if you apply check constraint in any of the column, so when someone is entering and or when you are entering the value in that particular column, it will check whether that particular condition is met or not, right? So we will understand this with an example. So here, employee ID, employee name, and if we want to apply, if you want to give that constraint check constraint here, what we will keep here, we will keep column name as age. Okay, and age we will give int, and we will check the employee should be below, like above 18 years of age, right? So we will write age is the column name here, and I will write the condition. It should be between 18 and 60. Okay, right? So here here we need to keep comma. So here we have given the column name as age and the data type is int. We are checking, we are putting this check constraint here. We are checking age. It should be between 18 and 60, right? Okay. Now what I will do, I will insert the value, insert into employees, and I will give one as John. Okay. And here I am giving, for example, John is 30 years old. So, sorry, I have forgot to put values. Okay. So now it is taking John value, John age as 30. Now if I, okay, I will see here, select a star from employees. So here we can see that we have successfully inserted this row. Now if I will keep here, I'll try to enter another record, and here I will keep the age as 10, right? So this will check the age, and it is giving us error that the insert statement conflicted with the check constraint in this employee database column age, say. So in the age column we have set the constraint. Okay, and here we can check all the constraint which we have applied for the table or for the columns. So here we have this employee table, and here we have not here, but here we have constraint, right? So here we can see this is the constraint name we have put on the age. So by doing this, you can verify the value before inserting into any into any table or into any column. So this will make sure that like integrity will be there, or whatever value you want to insert, this should be checked before inserting. So this is how the default and check constraint work. This is it for today, and constraint chapter is completed now. So I hope you are learning from my videos or from my sessions. Okay, so there are a few questions which will be asked in the interview instead in when you are going for the interview for SQL development, like SQL developer. So a few questions I have already covered. So I will ask a few questions again, so you can prepare for that. So first question will be, what happens if you insert the null into a column with a unique constraint? So we have already seen that unique constraint will allow null value, but only one per table. If you try to insert more than one null, it will give you error because it will consider that null as a separate unique value. Other question can be, like can we have multiple primary keys in table? So no, we cannot have multiple primary key. We can only have one primary key, right? So, or other questions can be what is the difference between the check and default constraint, or like can we use default and check constraint both together? So answer will be yes. So basically, check constraint will check if condition is met, and default constraint provide a value if you are not giving any value, right? So if default violate check, the insert will fail. Okay, so these are the questions, or you can check other questions as well regarding constraint. And if you find any difficulty, just comment on this video, and I'll try to answer the questions. So this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching.